the powerhouses of the gymnastic community. We have the final coming up on rings.
Representing Greece, Olympic, World, and European rings.
And here are the finalists: European, World, and Olympic champion Eleftherios Petrunias. He'll be up first.
Representing Ukraine, three-time Olympic and world medalist, Igor Radivilo. Representing Armenia, Abdul Tomasia. Representing Armenia, Bahayan Dabdian. Representing Azerbaijan, Nikita Simonov. Representing the Russian Federation, 2018 World All-Around Bronze Medalist, Nikita Nagorny. Representing Italy, Marco Lodadio. Representing Brazil, 2012 rings Olympic champion, Artur Snitchy. This is the Doha 2018 Men's World Rings Final.
Artur Snitchy from Brazil. There's the lineup for this rings final. And what a lineup it is. Olympic champions from 2012 and 2016 going head-to-head. Two gymnasts in there from Armenia. This must be our favourite, Eleftherios Petrunias, representing Greece. He will be first up. There's the start list.
Perfect mix will stand atop the podium at the end of the day.
And all the accolades amongst them.
Lots of excitement in store for us.
Be prepared for a great final.
Day one of 2 days.
Known as the still rings, because they need to be just that, still. The only apparatus that moves. And the challenge is for the gymnasts to keep them under control. Make it look like they're moving around them. And the only way to do that is with immense upper body strength.
Once again, not just hours and hours, days and days, weeks and months, but years of physical development.
So our gymnasts in this final, perhaps a little bit older. 27, 28, 26, 26, 30, 26, 22 and 21. Often because it is longer to prepare the body in the men to have that extreme power. Rings often synonymous with men's gymnastics, and of course that cross position. They will have to hold all of those strength elements for 2 seconds if they want them to count.
Competing first on rings, representing Greece, Eleftherios Petrunias.
Here, our first finalist, representing Greece, European, World, Olympic champion, Eleftherios Petrunias. Starts immediately with the planche position. Into the Maltese, opens the palms to show he's completely in control. Absolutely flat in the body position. And again. Up into the handstand. Swing to planche. Gosh, turning the rings, incredible work there. Across, look at that, shoulders right down. And again. Two saltos forward in the plank position. Jonathan up into the handstand, into double twisting, double tap. Look at that dismount. Spots it with his mouth. That's how to do the rings. Great routine to start up this final. Wow. Thrilled with that. 4 times European champion, tied that record with Yuri Kekki from Italy. He actually, believe it or not, has a shoulder injury. He's put off having treatment until after these World Championships. But there was no evidence of it during that routine. Let's take a look again. Look at that, every muscle engaged. Opening the palms out in the Maltese. There. Bringing the rings under control from the swings. Scored 15.266 in qualification, had a difficulty value of 6.3, the highest scorer. Yeah. Very proud Greek gymnast. Here, the dismount, wrapping into those twists. Excellent work, nails the landing. And even his coach to the tab. The score comes in 15.366, even higher than qualification. That is going to be difficult to beat.
So he's going to be delighted with that.
The bar is set high. As the first contenders come from the bank. Next up on the ring, representing
Next to go and representing Ukraine, this is Igor Radivillov. 4th highest qualifier. Known for his work on vaults and rings. This is straight up into the planche position. Lowers down with absolute control. Rotates the rings into the Maltese. Forward swing into the unison, up into the inverted cross. With the Maltese. Ooh, little bit of a waver there on the rings. Oh, and he's lost his form a bit in the handstand. Had to fight to get back into the handstand shape. That will be a deduction. And double twisted, double tuck, and a big pace forward. Oh, that's a shame for Igor Radivillov.
Igor Radivillov, representing Ukraine.
Scored 14.733 with a 6.3 difficulty score in qualification, but he knows that there were errors in that routine. Such difficult work. This was good. Look, rings turned down in the planche position. Holding the handstand, the forward swing. Jonasson, 2 pike rotations into the inverted cross.
Incredibly difficult to do.
There again, the Maltese, so difficult, unbelievable strength required. This was the dismount, the same as Petrulias, the double twisting, double tuck, didn't quite get the twist round, and then a couple of steps forward to maintain his upright position.
Igor Radivilo has in his scope not only the main Tokyo 2020 Olympics, but
He's taken 2 silver medals at World Championships in the past, both on vault.
Certainly strong enough.
Also bronze medalist at the London 2012 Olympics.
The athletes are getting up to the rings. The gymnasts are assisted to that still hang at the beginning of the routine. You'll see the coach take great care.
The strapping being peeled off.
In a precise position.
Job is done for the day.
A very specific and intricate grip. They'll hold them up good and high.
Taking another look. Look at that in slow motion. So much action going on. Somersaults and twists. And they need to know exactly where they are in relation to the floor and the apparatus. Oh, and disappointment with those faults.
Initiate their first element.
Radivilo, our second competitor of the day on rings, is still coming up shortly.
Guards can be packed away for another day. We wait for the score to come through.
Oh, just a reminder that the judges have a massive task. They have to figure out the difficulty score and the execution score. So it's not just about what the athletes are performing, but how well are they doing it.
They are waiting for the results. What will it be? And the score is on its way, 14.133 for Igor Radivilo.
Once again, the bar was set really high by first competitor.
Next to go. And the first competitor from Armenia waits for the green light.
Up first on men's rings.
This is Artur Tovmatsian. Qualified in 3rd place with a score of 14.866. Lifted up onto the rings, making sure he has a really good grasp before he begins. Straight into the exercise, rotating round into the top plank position. Flat in the Maltese. Yamawaki into the Jonasson, into the Maltese. A little bit of form loss in the back there, little waver, and a full twisting double straight to finish. Good job. Artur Tovmatsian from Armenia. World Cup medalist on rings, taking gold in Doha last year. 6.1 difficulty value in qualification. Pressing up into that planche position. And there you see 2 rotations in the tuck, followed by the same in the pike position. Yamawaki in the Jonasson into the Maltese. And there, the full twisting, double straight somersault, bends the knees, and just a little hop forward to land. Pleased to have got through that.
Very pleased.
26 years of age.
He's had good experiences here in Doha last year, 2017 World Cup. He took the bronze on rings.
And the score coming through, 14.766. He goes into second place. So Petrunas still leads. This is Vana Davtyan from Armenia. 30 years of age, qualified in 5th place. Presses straight up into the top plank position. Incredible strength from these gymnasts. Rotates round, pressing down on the rings to keep as still as possible. Into the cross, lifts the chin. Forward swing handstand. Anderson to Maltese. Building the difficulty. And here comes the dismount, full twisting double straight, and that was a super dismount. Great job from Vahan Davtyan. Finalist on rings, the World Championships in Glasgow in 2015. The medalist at World Cup level, but he's never taken a medal at World Championships. And how he would love to. Every single muscle engaged there. You can see him working hard. Look at the deltoids, the biceps, the triceps. Everything working to keep still in those hold positions. Controlling the swing and lifting into the full twisting double straight. And absolutely spotting that landing. Acknowledging the supporters. The score coming through, 14.733. He moves into 3rd place at the moment behind his teammates. Very close between Tovmatsian and Davtyan. That's .033.
After the competitors have performed, up next on men's rings from Azerbaijan.
5th competitor representing Azerbaijan, Nikita Simonov. 22 years of age. Qualified in equal 7th place. Beautiful ankle extension. Shoulders nice and low in the cross. Judges looking for them to be level with the rings, to hold those positions for 2 seconds. Straight line in the handstand, that's good. There, the top planche. Rotating round into the cross. Yamawaki, Jonasson, back up into the handstand. Pressing down on the rings. Building into the dismount. Double straight with full twist. The brace forward on landing. A good job from Simonov. Won rings at the Croatian World Cup in 2017. And competing at his first World Championships.
For the ring final, top 8 in the world.
Competed at the Europeans in the summer in Glasgow, where he was just out of the finals, placing 12th, so has done well to make this final here. Gaining experience, putting in some good work. Here we see him pressing down on the rings, all of that pressure coming from the upper body to control the cables. And that was the dismount. Knees bend and step forward just to control the landing.
Slightly under-rotated.
Scored 14.633 in qualification with a difficulty value of 6.0. The score today 14.266 puts him into 4th place. Here are the standings at the moment. Petrinias from Greece leads over Artur Tovmatian from Armenia, and his teammate Bahan Davtyan currently in 3rd. 3 more competitors to go. Next up, representing the Russian Federation, this is Nikita Nagorny.
Nikita Nagorny.
The youngest of our finalists, 21 years of age. Flat though in the Maltese, look at that, beautiful work. And again. And Yamawaki into the cross. Straddle planche position, keeping focused. Good line in the handstand. And double twisting, double tuck, and a super dismount. No additional steps necessary there. He punches the air, leads with that routine. Well, the all-around bronze medalist puts in another super performance. His last rings gold was back in Nanjing at the Youth Olympics.
And strength shown in a balance routine.
Let's take another look back at Nagorny. Look at that, the line from head to toe, perfectly straight. Here, they're working Jonasson into the Yamawaki, and then up into the cross position. Super work in the straddle planche. And that very impressive dismount. Double twisting, double tuck, and not a waver on the landing. Snaps his heels together. Let's see what the result is. Score is on its way. 14.733. He moves into the bronze medal position at the moment. The same score as Davtyan, but higher in terms of execution. We have 2 more gymnasts to go, including the Rio silver medalist who took gold in 2012.
2 more gymnasts to go on the ring. Competing next, representing Italy.
Greek flag still flying high. Penultimate performer on rings represents Italy. This is Marco Lotadio. .26 years of age. pressing up into the top planche. Again, all of these gymnasts performing so well. Flat in the Maltese. Held for the required 2 seconds. Lovely work from the swing into the holds. Shoulders low in the cross position. This is going well. Nice line in the handstand. And again, the double twisting, double tuck to finish the routine. Another super exercise. Qualified with the 6th highest score, 14.666 there. The Italian flag flying high. Of course, Italy no stranger to great rings workers. The best of them have been Yuri Keki, of course. Had a difficulty value of 6.3 in qualification. Being congratulated by the other competitors on his efforts. Yeah, look at that. Top planche, and then into the Yamawaki. The 2 rotations in the tuck position, followed by the Yonason in the pipe position. Lifts the heels and the rotation down into the cross, keeping those shoulders low. And that final dismount, 2 somersaults, 2 twists, just the smallest of readjustments on landing.
One more gymnast.
He was pleased with that.
Men's rings final. Here comes Marco Rodagio's score. CA.
Score comes in 14.9. He moves into 2nd place. He is guaranteed a medal. We have just 1 more gymnast to go, and he just can't quite believe it. Look at that reaction. Regardless of the last gymnast, he's guaranteed a medal. There you see him in 2nd place. Eleftherios Petroulias still leads, with Artur Tovmatian in 3rd place. Another sensational final here. And it's evolving in front of our eyes.
We have one more routine, that of former 2012 London Olympic champion.
Artur Zanetti from Brazil, the final competitor. The London 2012 Olympic champion, silver medalist in Rio, world champion in 2013. He has his own skill on this apparatus, and he waits for the green light. There it is.
Men's rings, representing Brazil, Artur Zanetti.
He's ready, and so are they. Bring it on, he says. Look at those biceps. Press it straight up. Top planche. Steady. Into the Maltese. Such control. Look at that. Every sinew engaged. Yonason to a beautifully flat Maltese. And again, managing to bring the swinging elements under control into the strength parts. Forward swing to handstand. And a full twisting double straight. He knows he's done a good job. Bringing the swing under control, nailing the dismount. Tonetti. And the coach knows he's done a good job too. Qualified with the second highest score, 15.033. Difficulty value of 6.2. And what a routine to finish on. I wouldn't like to be in the judge's position. Well, Italy are already celebrating. They don't really mind what colour it is. They're just glad to have a medal. That emotion on the competition floor, quite incredible. Let's take a look back at that routine. The rings turned out in the top flange. Jonasson into the Maltese, hands open out to show that control. Beautiful line in the double somersault, and absolutely nailing that landing. And he knew immediately he'd done a good job.
Yes, here comes the score.
Score is on its way, 15.1. He takes the silver medal. Another world title for Eleftherios Petronius from Greece. And the Greek flags all around the arena. Look at that. Great times for Greece. They celebrate their champion. Artur Tonetti wins a silver for Brazil. And an Italian bronze in the form of Marco Lodadio. And he wraps himself in the Greek flag.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Delighted once more. He is becoming a legend of the rings. King of the rings, Eleftherios Petronius. Look at that, a sea of blue and white.
and ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for all the gymnasts as they are escorted off the field.
That brings the action to a close here at the Aspire Arena. We've had 5 finals. Some astonishing gymnastics. And as I reflect upon the results, we have 3 more medal ceremonies to come. That was his reaction when the score came through. Confirmation of the results then in the rings final. Eleftherios Petronius, the new world champion. Artur Tonetti, silver. Marco Lodadio, the bronze for Italy. Petronius, now 3 times world champion on this apparatus. And 3 it is, 3 times world champion, 4 times European champion and Olympic champion. He keeps going from strength to strength. And the final medal ceremony of the day. This is for the men's rings final.
Ladies and and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's rings. The medals and gifts will be presented by FIG Executive Committee member Ron Gallagher, FIG Men's Technical Committee Vice President Julio Marcos Felipe, and LOC Finance Manager Nasser Al-Sulaiti. Winner of the bronze medal, representing Italy, Marco Lodadio.
Marco Lodadio collecting the bronze medal for Italy. The emotion was clear to see when the result came out.
Winner of the silver medal,
perhaps a little unexpected. We were so delighted. Arto Zanecci. His name will go down in history alongside the rings. He has performed so well for a long time now. Not quite enough for the gold medal, but a super performance. 15.1, the silver for him and for Brazil.
Winner of the gold medal and 2018 Men's Rings World Champion, representing Greece, Eleftherios Petroulias.
The consummate professional, Eleftherios Petroulias. 3 world titles now on this apparatus. He keeps producing when it matters. And perhaps now he can have a little rest and get that shoulder right. Who'd have known that he was carrying an injury? Unbelievable performance from him. Some very proud performers from supporters, should I say, from Greece.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Greece.
Cheer goes up around the Aspire Arena as the Greek national anthem is played for Eleftherios Petroulias, the new world champion on the rings. Congratulations to all of our medalists. What a day of apparatus finals it has been. 5 titles decided. 5 more to come tomorrow. Please do join us again tomorrow for the final day of the World Artistic Gymnastics Championships here in Doha. On behalf of everybody here at the FIG, goodbye and have a very good evening.
To absolute golden excellence, the amount of combined strength of these 3 phenomenal athletes.
And looking back at the overall excitement here in session that we had in the first days of apparatus final. I mean, it's almost too much excitement and emotion for one evening.
Well, men's floor exercise, Artur Dalalian, Russian Federation, he came out on top. He was so focused to stick those landings on floor exercise. Women's vault, Simone Biles. action. Pommel Works, brand new world champion, Xiao Rongteng, representing Team China. That is spectacular, and women's unbeaten guards. Take a look at the men from Belgium. They were holding their breath, holding their hearts, waiting for that score to come in for Nina DeWall.